first cool morning we've had for some time.
A little dry.
As you can see out back, there are quite a few snook here.
Yeah, I'd say more than a few. I would say hundreds.
Hundreds, yeah.
And with the tide going out, it was just fun out there this morning for a little while, watching the bait come through and getting blown up. Well, without further ado, we probably should throw my gear, my tackle bag, and a couple of rods in your boat, and you can show me around your neighborhood.
Absolutely, let's go fish. I'm Keith Stancil, native Floridian, born and raised down on the edge of the Everglades. Live here in Sarasota. My wife, Patricia. My 3 boys, Kyle, Nicholas, and Keith. And I'm 53 years old, and I'm the proud owner of a new Hells Bay Marquesa.
When Hells Bay asked if I'd like to be a part of Skiff Stories with Keith Stansell, who is one of my longtime clients, I said, of course I would like to be. Keith has turned into a longtime friend now. We've been together as client and friend fishing for nearly 10 years. Our friendship goes deeper than just the guide-client relationship. It's one of those common bond type friendships, if you will. The
adventure with you began 9 years ago at a McDonald's early in the morning on the side of the highway.
Yeah. I literally just stopped because I felt like I had too much coffee on the ride down to Punta Gorda, and you were coming out and saw the little flat skiff and thought, wow, I want to integrate myself back into fishing. I said, well, no problem. I'll just take you out for a test drive because I do a lot of work with the manufacturer. Yeah, I having no idea what your story was, and you having no idea of where I was positioned in the industry. And I didn't make you aware of it because I just wanted to sell you a boat. Here's my business card, just give me a call and we'll do it. And he goes, oh, well, it says Captain C.A. Richardson, you're a guide. That's when you came back with, well, don't take time out of your day to take me on a test drive. I'll just hire you as a guide and I can check the boat out when we fish.
Yeah.
During that back and forth, I guess he ended up later on that evening checking out my website and discovering that I was part of Flats Class TV. I was a television host. And he goes, are you a fan of Glenn Beck? And I was like, well, I do watch some political news TV, so yes. And you said, listen, watch Glenn Beck this weekend. Right. I think you're going to be surprised. So I watched the next Glenn Beck show. And who is the guest on the Glenn Beck show? Keith Stansell.
Myself, along with Mark Gonzalez and Tom House, were captured on February 13th of 2003 when we had a combination engine failure, then were shot down by a group of terrorists called the FARC, Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia. And we had 2 other people on the plane, Thomas Janis and another Colombian sergeant, that were executed at the crash site. They captured us, they held us for 5.5 years. And thanks to the Colombian military and U.S. Special Forces and intelligence agencies, we were rescued July 2nd of 2008. We wrote a book afterwards. The book's called Out of Captivity, Surviving 1,967 Days in the Colombian Jungle. It's a story of perseverance, of heart, of desire. People just want to get home, see our families get back. People ask me my story, I say, you know, I'll tell you my story, but you know, I'm really not lying. I'm saying you can't, you know, you can't make it up. Is he following it?
Talked him into it, got him.
Got him. Nice little trout, CA.
Yeah.
He's a good fish.
Trout.
That's a good fish. A discussion that CA and I always have, like, you know, every fisherman knows some days you're not catching a bunch of fish like today. We didn't catch a ton of fish, but you're still like, okay, hey, we're still glad to be here, but it is a freedom. You know, we're pulling here, we're pulling there, we're doing what we want to do. It's just a way to exercise a passion that we have. I remember the jungle, I couldn't see 15 yards, the jungle is so thick. I'm sitting on a flat or I'm on the Gulf, I can see for miles. Although, if you haven't ever been deprived of that freedom like I was, it's pretty special. And as I always tell CA, you know, if you look at my neck here, there's little pink scars around my neck, and that's for being chained up like an animal for years. I say, CA, hey, today I'm not in chains, and we've got some orange juice on the boat and some snacks, and we're good to go. But the freedom is, as any fisherman or anybody knows, it's just a great day to be out. You're doing what you like to do, and especially with the Hells Bay folks, when we talk about the family, it's about the passion. And everybody here that's associated with this has a passion, and our passion to fish is what we're about. This is great having somebody pull me around on my own boat.
Yeah, don't you like that? The gondola effect is what I like to call it.
And I'm not even paying, it's great.
Yeah, it's perfect. All in the name of stewardship.
That's true, sir, that's true.
And telling the story, the Skiff story. When you're fortunate enough or blessed enough to live in the United States, it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, you've got freedoms and certain opportunities that you wouldn't have in other countries. And a lot of the gratitude that I have for guys like Keith and other servicemen that have provided a way of life for all of us by making sacrifices on our behalf, I'm very indebted. In fact, I do what I can to help veterans out when we do the airman thing over at Patrick Air Force Base. Every Veterans Day, Hells Bay donates a couple of us. We go over there and we take these guys fishing for the day. And then we do a lot of stuff with Project Healing Waters through Hells Bay Boatworks. We do things for Wounded Warriors through Hells Bay Boatworks. Giving back to the guys that have really paved the way for us to make our living is something that I do willingly. And my dad was a Navy veteran. I feel like it's our responsibility to support these guys that have done so much for us. I mean, Keith made a huge sacrifice. I mean, lost 6 years of his life in you know, experiencing atrocities and seeing things and stuff that we could never relate to. So in my opinion, he's a true patriot and a true hero, and someone that I'm proud to know. There we go. It's one of the fish. Keep swinging out there, you're on them.
There's only one thing to say here. I don't think he's a trophy when it comes to size, but.
Oh, there's a nice fish right there. Just went by. See him going out there to the north?
Yep.
That actually looked like a big Jack Crevalle. Needed to get out here where all the rough water is.
Fish in the boat on Skiff Stories, not skunked in your own boat. Being here alive in itself is the lottery win. Getting to fish with folks like CA, live the life that I live, have the boat that I have, be here in this beautiful place we live, that's all gravy. It's a bonus. But I always talk to CA and we have so much fun, and I'm like, CA, I shouldn't even be here. It takes a lot more than just a few seconds to describe almost 2,000 days of captivity. But I look every day at where I'm at and where we're going, and my appreciation for where we're at just humbles me. This was my dream life that I'm living now, and I told Sia this morning, I said, can you believe we're here? After you met me 9 years ago, we're here together. Can you believe we're living this life? And we're just blessed. We're fortunate and blessed, and as you can see behind me, folks, that flag, everything I have and everything that I'm about is because I put a uniform on and fly that flag. I don't get on the water on my boat without that flying, and when I'm here at the house, it's always up. So I'm a very fortunate person, and just glad to be here.